Have you ever held on to something so tightly that it started to hurt you? A memory, a promise, or a person who no longer walks beside you? You tell yourself it's love, or loyalty, or hope. But deep inside, it's pain wearing a mask. We all do it, cling to what has already slipped away. But one day, life teaches us the hardest and most beautiful truth. When you learn to let go, you finally learn to live. This is the story of a man who carried everything inside him, his fears, regrets, guilt, and anger, until the day he realized that the heaviest burdens are not what life gives us, but what we refuse to release. Many years ago, in a peaceful village nestled beside green hills, a wise monk named Master Arjun lived with his small group of disciples. Every morning, they meditated by the riverside as the golden light of dawn kissed the water's surface. The sound of birds filled the air, and the gentle breeze carried the scent of jasmine. Among the disciples was a young man named Ravi. He was kind, intelligent, and sincere, yet his heart was restless. No matter how calm the mornings were inside him, there was a storm. One day, unable to contain his unease any longer, Ravi approached his teacher and bowed deeply. "Master," he said softly, "why do I always feel so heavy? When someone speaks harshly, I feel hurt. When my plans fail, I feel lost. When people I love leave, I feel empty. Why does life always hurt so much?" Master Arjun smiled gently and replied, "Come with me, my son. I'll show you something." They walked together to the river. The water sparkled under the morning sun, clear and alive. The master bent down, picked up a small stone, and handed it to Ravi. "Hold it tightly," he said. Ravi obeyed. At first it seemed easy, but as minutes passed, his hand began to ache. He clenched harder, trying to endure it, until his fingers trembled. "How does it feel now?" asked the master. "It hurts," Ravi admitted. "My hand is aching, master." "Then let it go," said Arjun. Ravi opened his hand and the stone fell to the ground. The moment it left his palm, relief washed over him. The master smiled again. "That, Ravi, is your answer. The pain didn't come from the stone, it came from your grip. You hold on too tightly to your memories, your disappointments, your wounds. And just like your hand, your heart is hurting because it refuses to let go." Ravi stood silently, his eyes widening with understanding. "So, my pain isn't coming from others. It's coming from within me," the master nodded. "Yes, my son. Life is like this river, always flowing forward. But when you try to trap it inside, it turns muddy and stagnant. Flowing water stays pure, but still water begins to stink." He scooped a handful of river water and held it up. "See this water? It's clean because it moves. If I trap it in a jar and leave it till tomorrow, it will rot. That's how emotions are. When you hold on to them too long, anger, regret, sorrow, they poison the heart." Ravi remembered the people who had hurt him, the dreams that had failed, the words he wished he could take back. He had carried them all like stones in his soul. The master looked at him kindly and said, "What is gone, let it go. What is meant for you will always stay. Letting go doesn't make you weak, it makes you free. When you release, you don't lose, you rise." Tears welled in Ravi's eyes. "Master, all this time I was carrying my own sorrow." Arjun nodded gently. "Yes, pain is not what the world gives you. It's what you hold on to long after the moment has passed." From that day forward, Ravi began to change. He stopped replaying painful memories. He stopped trying to control everything and everyone. He started to forgive not because others deserved it, but because he deserved peace. He learned to breathe deeply, to let emotions flow through him like water. He realized that when he stopped clinging, life stopped hurting so much. And slowly something beautiful happened. His laughter returned. His heart grew light again. The same world that once felt cruel now felt gentle. The same river that once reflected his tears now reflected his smile. Sometimes letting go is the purest form of faith. Faith that what's meant for you will always find you again. Because freedom doesn't come from holding tighter. It comes from opening your hand. So, my friend, if you're still clutching an old wound, a memory, or a person, just once, try to let it go. You don't have to forget. You just have to release. Because when you let go, you don't fall, you begin to fly. Moral of the story: the greatest peace comes not from gaining more, but from releasing what no longer serves your soul.